Fellow alignment providers and dental colleagues, we're going to keep layering and talk more about the marketing. So recently I was asked, what is the difference between a good marketing company and a bad one? Funny question, but let's try to understand the mindset of the dentist that asked me. As dentists, we're either dogmatic or we're scientific. Dogmatic means I was taught at university to prepare a class 2 cavity using Black's principles, and that's all that I'm ever going to do, and I'm only going to put amalgams everywhere. Scientific means we accept that there are new ways, which means learning curves, overcoming obstacles, and keep working and tweaking on things and keep evolving. The same happens in the marketing world. I'm in a very privileged position to be a clinician and on the other side a business development expert, which means I have to engage with marketers and understand what's happening. So classically the dentist says, why can't I just press switch, put on cruise control and just let it run? One of the things that I've come to realize is that when you have a really good marketing company, they understand they need to have a scientific approach like we did at school and at university. They have to put forward a hypothesis, test and measure it until they figure out the variables and hit a sweet spot. So what that means is, what is the age range for this area for us to communicate? What is the demographic profile? What is the geographic reach? So I have a client in Cumbria. People in that area will quite comfortably travel 20 miles, whereas in my part of London, it's not more than 3. Now, I'm sure we can appreciate if we just took a dogmatic prescriptive approach, which is this is how we always do it, you can imagine why your marketer might come up short. The marketers understand that, secondly, that we live in a world of noise. Everybody out there is sending out messages and creating noise. So they understand that we need to stand out. Standing out means understanding the EQ, the buying patterns, the profile and the psychology of the kind of people out there who we're looking to communicate with. And lastly, marketers understand that we're dealing with what is described as generation mute. Generation mute means we're dealing with a cohort of people who have access to the most advanced and sophisticated modes of communication in the world, but what they fear the most is picking up the phone. And yet, what do we as dentists want? We want our phones to be ringing off the hook, so to speak. We want our receptionists always answering the phones and booking leads in. And yet there's a disconnect because the people who we wish to communicate with do not want to pick up the phone. So again, marketers have the challenge, which is, how do we get someone who wants a line of therapy and Invisalign? How do we get that person sat into a dentist chair when that person refuses to speak? If you have teenage kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So guys, I'm hoping that you've got an essence of some of the challenges that marketing companies get. Our best performing clients are those who work closely with us. What they say is, we don't want a prescriptive or dogmatic approach to business development. We understand that it is a journey. We need to work on this together. There are variables that need to be worked out, and there are new skills that need to be learned. In the same way that Edison had to fail 1,000 times to finally succeed. In the same way that J.K. Rowling had to get rejected on 12 separate occasions to get to where she had to. Top Invisalign providers understand that there is a process of failure and working through things, but through that process is where all the growth lies. So guys, hope you have enjoyed today. Any questions, feel free to come back to me. I'm really privileged and blessed that so many people are reaching out to me. If you have enjoyed today's content, please tag, please like, and let's get the word out there. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.